Today we're going to be replacing this blue flame wall heater, LP gas version, with a new radiant wall mount heater that runs on LP gas. This is the Dyna-Glo 18,000 BTUs. Going to get this out. I bought a little blower motor to put in the back, and I'll show you how I do that before we get it mounted up. Unboxing it, in the box came the instructions, a wall plate. I'm just going to use the wall hanger from the old one, and we're going to move that one down to my garage. And it comes with some various mounting screws and bolts if you want to mount it into your wall and whatnot. We won't need that for this one since I've already attached the mounting bracket to the wall here for the old one. But we'll get this out of the box and up on my work area and show you what's going on. So in addition to the heater, we actually purchased this little blower mower that can go in the back and blow some of the warm air along with the radiant heat. I'm going to attempt to install this in the back of the heater. They don't come with this, you have to buy it separate. I'll put links to this stuff down in the description. But I've seen where other people, this is the plate you have to remove. You can see where they kind of, there's a little places where it's kind of like spot welded here. You have to break that off. But I've heard of people, and it looks like it may be a little tough to get this thing off. I may have to get a Dremel tool with a little blade and kind of cut it out a little bit, but I'm gonna see what I can do with just a screwdriver and then report back on what we had to do to get this plate out so we could mount the fan. Okay, so I got lucky. I didn't have to get the Dremel tool out. I just took a big screwdriver. This is what it looked like. And I just took this, hefty screwdriver and just put it on every point where there was a little spot weld, like a little dimple like that. And I just gave it a good wrap with my palm of my hand, and it punched it loose enough where I could pry it out, and it popped right out. So that saves us some time. So now we're gonna drop this little blower motor in and get it connected. And I'll let you know how that goes once I figure that out. So I'll be right back. So it appears that this is just a little, basically a thermometer, a thermostat. You can set your fan setting to either on all the time or on auto. Auto, it'll only kick on when it hits a certain temperature and blow the warm air out into the room. So it looks like we can just drop this in. Doesn't need to be attached to anything. There's nothing, it's just gonna sit in this air location where it can pull air through and blow air out. So it's just gonna sit there. I'm not gonna screw it into anything because there's really not a whole lot to screw it into. There's no holes for it. Looks like for this model, you just drop it in. And then it did come with screws to secure it to the back. So I'm gonna just get the screws out. They're sheet metal screws, and secure this fan in, and we'll be back. So before installing, you'll see there's a propane hook up here. You'll need to pull this plastic plug out. So it just has little tabs. You just grab it and it should just pull straight out. Yep, just like that. It's just a little blue cap. Pull that out. We're gonna go uninstall the other heater and pull that off the wall, and then see if this one's gonna sit on that bracket that's existing. And we'll be right back. All right, so just a quick reminder before you take your old stove off is shut your gas off on the side here and then disconnect it from the bottom. I just used a small adjustable wrench. It's all you need. When you tighten it back up, we'll get this connected. It's gonna be hard for me to do upside down, but you just push this thing in there. I'm gonna straighten it out until we get it. And make sure you don't cross thread it. Once you get it started, finger tighten it, and then just snug it up with the wrench. But don't go crazy. I mean, yeah, you want it good and snug, but you don't want to over tighten it and mess anything up. So just plug it in, and then you can go ahead and prime your ignition per your instructions. and get your pilot light started and test it out. So let me get that hooked up and we'll see if she works. One thing I forgot about when we installed this old heater, I had to put a nipple on it. So make sure you remove that from the old one, or if you didn't get one, you'll have to go to a plumbing supply store or Lowe's or Home Depot and get the appropriate size nipple to fit on your connection. I highly recommend you use an authorized LP gas installer to run your piping, your plumbing for this. Don't do a DIY for the plumbing for it. Have somebody who knows what they're doing do it for you. So I'm going to get this out and move it over to the new heater, and we'll be back. So if you need to get a fitting to connect your stove, you're going to need something like this for the gas line to connect to. They don't come with them. Mine, this one's a 3/8 inch by 3/8 inch FLR to MIP, and make sure that's what it says. It's kind of like flanged on one end, flared, which is what the FLR means. I don't know what the MIP means, but it's kind of concave, kind of bowl shaped in there. I guess because you're plugging one of these into the back of it, so it has to have room for that conical shape to fit in there. So make sure you have one of those and use yellow Teflon tape that's rated for gas. So I'm going to put some tape on this and stick this. This is the old one, but I have one for the new heater as well. I'll be right back. All right, once you got your gas connection set up, all connected and snugged up, now you turn your gas back on. I haven't put the battery in yet. Most of these come with a battery. Just unscrew this. Remove the paper. And drop the battery in. Oop, bear with me. I'm assuming it goes with the nub up top. I could be wrong, but we'll find out in a sec. Screw it back on. Let's see. Yep, it's working. So now, most of these, you have to push down and hold the pilot, the thing down to bleed the air out of the gas line, and count to about 10. Because it takes 10 to 30 seconds usually to get through the line. And the first time you light it, you got to make sure that that little ember gets hot. It's starting to come through. You can see it flaming. You see the little tip it's trying to heat up. Once you got a steady flame, you can let go, and you can turn your heat up. There we go. That'll light up the first panel. I'm only going to light one for now. There you have it. All installed. Hopefully this helps somebody out. But yeah, I wanted to have this in the house. These radiant panels, they warm up objects in the room instead of just heating up the air, which goes straight up. And if you don't have a fan blowing it out, it's not going to do anything. So you won't feel the warmth. But these radiant heaters, you feel the warmth coming from them. So it'll warm your room up quick. All right. Hope you enjoyed another episode of Dirty Days Garage. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Again, I'll leave links to these in the description if you're looking to pick one up. Have a good one, everybody.